Yo, what's up? Ooh, this is a good video, man. And it's very personal because I'm going to share my story. Why do so many men stay in sexless marriages? And that's the topic we're going to cover today. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Kane. I'm the Silver Bachelor. And this channel is all dedicated to relationship advice for older guys. So let's get into this topic. Why do men stay in sexless marriages? Well, I was married for over 20 years and I was in a sexless marriage, so I can relate to all of you who are going through the same thing. I've been single now for a little bit over 2 years, and it's been quite a journey. So let me first start off by sharing my story. So, obviously, my ex wife and I were in love. We got married, and things really started to fall apart at about year three, year four. And I'm going to go into some specifics, and that there are certain areas of her body that just out of the blue, like came out of left field. Certain areas of her body that she didn't want to touch her, specifically down below, not only with oral sex, but also my hand. She also didn't want me touching her breasts. Before that, though, the kissing changed. So we used to kiss passionately, and then it became nothing more than just like a peck on the lips, a peck on the cheek. So that's red flag number one, guys, is if the kissing has changed, that is a major, major problem that you have on your hands in your relationship. And to be honest, I'm not sure if you could fix it at that point. It's going to be very, very challenging. So year three, year four, and there was a lot of little things that I realized afterwards that I did where she started losing her desire for me. And that's the key thing I want to bring to your attention, guys, is that when women start to lose their desire, they start to pull back sexually. And one of the first things that you'll notice is the kissing changes. They maybe want to sleep in another bed. They don't want you touching them in certain areas. And specifically, let me talk about the breast for a moment. For whatever reason, women find that more invasive for a man to touch their breasts than below the waist, as crazy as that sounds. So I, of course, being in the marriage, I wanted things to work. I suggested counseling and wanted to be committed to this person. So fast forward now from year three, year four to like year 19, 20, right? And the the mind fuck that did on me over those years of rejection was crazy. And I feel your pain, guys. It sucks. Like I don't know if you've gone through this, but I remember lying in bed together with her, and she earlier in the day would say we would do something and would promise we'd do something, or it would be earlier in the evening when we go to bed, and I'd start putting my arm on her, nurturing her and touching her, and then she would say, "Oh, I'm tired," or some excuse. She would turn around, her back to me, and I can't count how many times, and I don't know if you guys have gone through this, but I can't count how many times where I also turned around and started crying. Like it was that bad. And the next day, hoping we'd be able to do something, just to get rejected again and again and again. And near the end, we didn't have sex for the last year and a half of our marriage. Um, I started sleeping in another bedroom. I started getting a lot of resentment towards her. We started fighting a lot more. And it's awful. It's absolutely awful to be rejected. In fact, I remember some times where I wanted to hold her hand and she didn't want to hold my hand. I'm very big into PDA, public displays of affection. So now I look for that when I'm dating, that they also have to be big into PDA. Quick side note, before I even go on a date with somebody, I ask them what their top three love languages are. And if physical touch is not in their top three, I won't even go out on a date with them because I love physical touch. I crave physical touch now, and I want to give physical touch as well. So there were also times where my ex didn't want me putting my arm around her. Again, just in a nurturing way. The layers of rejection were just awful. So now I want to answer this question: why do men stay in these sexless marriages? And I was wondering the same thing myself, right? I'm like, fuck. Right? So let's address this. Why do men stay in sexless marriages? And I figured out why. And and just everything kind of came together. And here's why men stay in sexless marriages. Men stay in sexless marriages because they don't want to pay the price. And it's a heavy price, man. Like, you're either going to pay spousal support if you earn more than she does. You're going to pay child support if you have children and they're young. It's going to affect your families. There's going to be public shaming. I mean, the list goes on and on and on about the price that you have to pay if you leave that situation. I've even heard of some people saying that they're in these relationships for convenience. It's not convenience. It's because they don't want to pay the price. So if you are in a sexless marriage, just think about it this way, okay? And this is how I thought about it. If you were sentenced to 25 years in jail and they said, look, we can get you out in 5 years, but the price you're going to have to pay is you're going to have to pay $500,000 for that 20 years of freedom. $500,000, I know this is a fictitious theoretical, but just stick with me. $500,000 is a lot of money, and based on your income, maybe it's going to take you 20 years to pay that fucking thing off. Or whatever the amount of money is and whatever the amount of time is, it's a heavy price, okay? How many prisoners, if they were sentenced to 25 years, would take the deal to get out in 5 years instead of having to be in jail for 25? So guys, if you are in a sexless marriage, your freedom and your mental health is more important than convenience and not paying that motherfucking price. So pay that price, leave her ass. If that's the way she's treating you, she doesn't deserve to have you. Just remember that. So you pay that price, get out of that situation, because it's not going to get any better. It's going to get worse. There's no counseling that can fix it. Once a woman loses her desire, once she's checked out, she's gone. There's no way to recuperate. And yes, I might have some people commenting on this video and saying, well, I worked out my stuff. Yeah, that's an anomaly. That's a very, very small percentage. The odds are stacked against you, man. If you're in a sexless marriage, it's over. And you have to decide whether or not you want to pay that price to get out of it. I made the decision. I said, fuck it, I'm out. And I'm getting all like riled up now. I said, I'm out of here. When I realized, wait a minute, it's a financial price, but my mental health, my age, and all these things, and feeling desired, feeling wanted, having healthy relationships is way more important than sticking together for convenience or staying with somebody who no longer appreciates me, who no longer wants me, who no longer gives a shit about me, who no longer loves me. Like, that's what you guys have to keep telling yourselves. So thank you so much for watching. If you really enjoyed this video, I have a lot more videos to share. And if you haven't subscribed already, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification button, because I'm dropping videos every single week. And most times it's every single day. Enjoy the rest of your week. Thanks guys for watching.